Uh, Good morning. Good morning. What's happening, family? Welcome to the show. It is Michelle Bryant here, WNOV, AM 106.5 FM. You are listening to Say Something Real. Y'all know it's going to be quiet today.
No, I have vowed to.
Don't try to step in for.
I have vowed to
Trouble
keep
is gone.
keep it going.
Trouble is on vacation.
Yeah,
Well, woman will not happen today.
I did it already this morning. You didn't hear it?
When did you do it?
I said I ain't ready, woman.
I would. You do that anyway. I ain't thinking about you.
Okay.
My glasses won't get clean today. So let me say good morning. Look, I don't even mind saying good morning today. Let me say good morning to the bros in the studio.
She's elated. She's excited.
Boy, you just don't know. You don't know what you're gonna get from Jermaine. You gotta ease up on it. Like, hey Jermaine. But let me say good morning. Hello, Clark. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good.
Man, you bucks down up in this joint today, down to the green shoes.
When the last time you wore that hat?
When I voted.
Okay, I was wondering why you had on the I voted sticker on there.
Wait, it's an I voted sticker?
Yeah.
Hey, I like that. Subliminal messages.
Right.
Wear that all the time. Let people see that. I like that. Debo trying to call people
No,
out.
I just was
When
asking.
the last time? Hello, Mr. Debo.
Good morning, Michelle.
How are you, sir?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I'm ready for a fabulous show today.
Highly favored, though.
Yeah, I'm highly favored.
Some of y'all be saying y'all highly favored and y'all really not.
Oh, I don't know about them, but I can speak for me.
Because some of
many
y'all
times.
just assuming.
So many times.
God
he's been
got
there.
y'all.
Oh, he got me.
Some of y'all ain't highly favored.
Yeah,
He don't like some of y'all.
He shows
Because
me
highly
time and
favored
time again.
usually indicates somebody like you.
Oh yeah, the Lord
Got
loves
you.
me.
And I don't like all
I
y'all.
learned that as a child. Yes,
Some of y'all be
Jesus loves
perpetrating.
me. Yes, Jesus loves me. You remember
He
singing
did. He do. Until you turn 12.
that? Then you become a teenager.
That's what my mama told me.
Yeah.
Jesus got you until you turn 12.
Oh boy.
When you turn 12, you're not responsible for your own foolishness. So you may or may not.
He still loves me.
Yeah.
In spite of me.
I like all the little songs y'all tell yourself.
Yeah, in spite of
That's
me.
the songs of the sinners. In spite of.
Yeah. There we go.
She has spoken.
Y'all be lying to yourself.
You should
I should what?
take heed to what your brother's telling you. I think he's sending you subliminal messages.
My brother
saying
loves
you
the
should
gospel
listen.
music.
Yes,
in
and
the
you should be
morning.
listening in the morning en route to work.
Hey.
It's going to take some of that road rage down. It's going to bring you
It's
down a
not.
little bit.
Because it's never been other gospel music you listen to. One time I got in somebody's car. I had to move their car for them. And I got in their car and they was, they big church person. So they was listening to gospel music. And they must have been jamming. It was up high when I got in the car. But the song was like, yeah, these people hate you, but you're gonna be all right. They hate us. They hate us. The God got you. I was like, what is this? I said, see, that's why you crazy right here. Because this the mess you listening to about this gospel music. Yeah, they hate us. They trying to hold you down. Look, they texting me right now.
Who the haters?
No, the crazy gospel listening person.
Some of them gospel songs, keep a mess. I ain't playing.
Yeah.
But I will
They
tell
don't want
this.
you to have no shoes. Like, what
They
is
don't
you
want you to have
talking
no
about?
shoes. Really,
I'm just telling you.
and you said the foolishness was on vacation.
I'm-
Why they don't want you to have no shoes.
I'm telling you, I got witnesses. When I got in that car, I came into the place. I said, hey, you should be, them ain't really the church songs. You should be listening to. It shouldn't go that way. But all right. Good morning. Somebody said Reverend Do Dirt is out of the building.
Oh, that's cold.
And they laughing themselves. They got like 5 crack up emojis. Good morning, Shell. What's happening, Shelby? Good morning. Say good morning to the baby for me. All right, y'all. So we're gonna try to get into this day. Just to give you a heads up, got two guests. Um, we should be talking to Tim Mahone from the Harbor Jazz Festival, and also to Dana World Patterson from Community Brainstorming, also the head of the Human Trafficking Task Force of Greater Milwaukee. I am sorry. Y'all can get tired of it, but I'm sorry. The stuff that's going on with the Epstein situation, again, reminded me of the work that was done years ago. I think Martha Love and I were talking the other day, and she might have said like 15 years ago. And I'm like, it could not have been that long ago when we first started surveying women here in the greater Milwaukee area to find out if people had ever, had inappropriate sexual contact, assaults, just the litany of things that can happen to women and young girls. And the surveys, I talk about this all the time. We did 400 surveys. That's how many we took, printed surveys. We got nearly 400 responses. It was like 387 responses or something like that. And overwhelmingly, those surveys had information. Everything was confidential. It was anonymous, but it had information on it that literally just broke your heart about what young women and girls endure and have faced. And some of these women, the victimization started out as children at the hands of family members and people that you were supposed to be able to trust. So we'll have that conversation this morning to highlight what's being done over at Community Brainstorming at the end of this month on the 23rd in relationship to their monthly meeting. But with that being said, let me also take a quick second, if I could. So yesterday, I lead a show. I run around. I'm out and about, and I ended up talking to some folks who had heard me yesterday talking about children's inability to read in some cases. And so first of all, I was pleased that a number of people, asked about resources, had said that they had noticed that their own child was struggling with reading, and they had like a fourth grader. But as a parent, they didn't know what they thought was the sound techniques or practices to be able to teach their child how to read or to help improve. So the parent was like, I don't know whether I should be mad with the school. Should I be mad with myself? And, I just said, look, we all contribute to what has to happen with these kids being properly educated. But we as parents, Black parents in particular, we absolutely have to pay attention to what's going on with these children. So, I have said this before, for parents who are feeling fairly confident or ignorance is bliss, and you don't really know other than what that report card may tell you about your child's performance. And sometimes I'm going to tell you to even question the report card, because again, I'm seeing kids being promoted and moved on to the next grade who are not capable of doing the work. So I encourage parents, when we start talking about the achievement gap between Black children and all other students, again, I always talk about the superficialness of using white children as the standard, because they're not. The standard is most often Asian children, but that's not, it's like when they did the early maps of the world and they would make the continent of Africa small, when in fact the continent of Africa is larger than most. And, but it was all psychological games about superiority and placement. And so the same thing in terms of who's the standard, who we measure our kids against. But without fail, we consistently score lower in terms of Black folks, Black children, on many of the standardized tests. They have looked for and tried to weed out some of the systemic biases about those tests, but there are things we can do in our homes that position our children to be better prepared. So, as we are starting school again, to ask parents to be honest, ask grandparents to be honest. When your child is with you, how much do you do with your child that is academically driven, that is educationally sound? How much time is a tablet in their hand, a video game in their hand, some other, social media distraction versus the amount? Because, like now on your phone, you can look and see where it gives you your usage. So I can look and see that already today I spent 6 minutes on Safari. And then it tells me what different sites I went to. I spent however many minutes checking my messages, because I hadn't checked my messages in a minute. How many minutes doing Google searches? Like, all of that's on my phone right now in terms of usage. As parents and people who love these children that are in our care, foster parents, godparents, whatever you are, there has got to be like a intentional, deliberate effort to say an hour a day is set aside for reading, or to work on this academic area, to improve, just to make sure we good. I've said before, parents, have your children read to you. Turn everything off and sit down in the house and it can be either something the child chooses, or it can be you picking material so that you can actually see your child's competency in terms of not only comprehension, but reading and understanding these words. Pronouncing these words, and have your kids read to you. Some of y'all will get y'all feelings hurt because I've heard these children read and they struggle, or they read real choppy. It's not smooth. It sounds like they're reading like a child that's much younger than their actual age. So I got the parent some resources to be able to help her with the fourth grader. If you are a person that is concerned, you want to find more information, reach out to us here at the station. We'll help you get connected to people that can help you. But if your child is not doing well in school, at some point in time, you got to ask yourself, how am I contributing to their failure? How am I contributing to what's going on with my baby? Because see, we dress them up and they look real pretty. I got kids with all kind of designer clothes on, and you can't read the label that's on your back. And if I'm spending that kind of money on clothes, I could spend that kind of money on a tutor. I could spend that kind of money on, an app on my phone to help them. And we don't get to pass off the role of educating our children to the school. We also are partners in that. And some of y'all and some folks think I just send them to school and that's the teacher's job. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. The teachers are going to give them what they need, supplement what we are doing, but they need partners in this whole thing. Some of y'all need to be honest about y'all kids slick behind mouths, sitting up in these classrooms, talking crazy because they know their mama gonna come up there and back them up. Cut it out. Cut it out. You ready to check somebody. Check your kid first, man. And appreciate the child that be at home ain't always the child that show up at school. Especially when you get around your peers and, everybody on that nonsense. Pay attention to who your kids hang out with. What are these kids doing? Extracurricular. What do they talk about? Like it's so much more we should be and we gotta do, because I'm gonna keep saying it. Right now, the deck is continuously being stacked against us. Us as Black folks, us as people in urban communities. We got to have people that's articulate and capable of being out here on the front line. We do. You know, I looked at the car and thank you, Wanda Montgomery, who was in yesterday, talking about the event that she is having. There is a event she wanted the community to be aware of. Lunch and Learn with Maya Smart, a special event for parents. Here's an event we are hosting for parents. Tips and tools to help parents on Friday, August 29th. It is free, and all parents will receive or get a book with information to help them, you know, to work with their kids. So I will, I just pulled it up. Okay. So there is registration. Lunch is going to be provided. It's over at the Welcome Center, 500 West Silver Spring Drive. It's at 11 a.m. So that may not be a time that works for every parent, but if you can send a surrogate on your behalf, somebody, your mom, your grandmother, to be able to get the information for you, that is perfect. So it's happening from 11, it looks like, to 1 p.m. And the Black Childhood Development Institute is Wisconsin is putting that on. So a Lunch and Learn, it's an event just for parents. So again, and somebody said, thanks for putting this information out there. I'm just saying, it breaks your heart. It breaks your absolute heart when you realize these kids are being set up for failure. And unfortunately, too many households got a hand in that. Wanda said it yesterday, riding down the street. I used to tell my son, read that sign. What's the first word in that sign? What color is that sign? Yellow. Spell yellow for mommy. What color is that? Spell that color for mom. And then after we read the sign, tell me what that sign meant. Tell me what you think. What did you hear? Like, it's stuff. Everything don't require money. Everything don't. It just doesn't. But if you're gonna dress them up, give them a fresh haircut, new fresh braids, what you say, hair done, nails done, to go back to school, y'all better be giving them something they're gonna actually be able to use. Cause that's superficial stuff. So I'm done with my soapbox on that. But I went and I just pulled some of the data. Y'all, we got some of the lowest reading proficiency rates in the state for Black children. If your child can't spell red, blue, green, yellow, man, that's on you. That's not the school. If your child don't know they basic, just basic words, the, and, some of that's on you. And I respect the mom who said, I don't know how to teach this, because she believes it's some special sauce. But everything from sight words, there are all kinds of books that you can get. I was in the store Five and Below not that long ago, killing time. I'll never go in that store, but I was killing time waiting for another store to open, and I went in there and I saw all these little books that can help K4, K5, reading and counting. Also, y'all need to put some real money in front of y'all children and help y'all children learn how to count money. Because the number of kids, and people are like, well, we move into a cashless society. Yeah, but we're not there yet. Excuse me. And that part was sad too. Kids don't know what the value of this money is because everything is done with a card. But this was the one thing I was talking to Dr. Myers about it. And Dr. Myers said, poor kids know what money is, because usually families are unbanked. It ain't no whole bunch of credit cards floating around. You got to do stuff with cash. You go into the corner store with cash. So that's it. That's the somebody just said, with my son, I use his interests to help him do his schoolwork. He struggles with math, but is stronger in reading. Hang on. He receives speech and OT, and I mirror what is done in the lessons and implement that at home when we are in the community. Just because he is on the autism spectrum, has ADHD, and a mild intellectual disability, we know that he is capable. We know what he is capable of and meet him where he is at academically and socially. Lord have mercy. I love you as a parent. I love you as a parent. I love you as a parent. Somebody else said flashcards. Look, y'all, we can do better. And I said this before. When it's time for Christmas gifts to be bought, y'all better start buying them now, because with these tariffs and inflation, it's gonna be a hot mess. But it needs to be 50-50. 50 or 30-30. My mother used to do 30, 33, 33, 30. Academic stuff under the tree. We had 33% toys under the tree, and we had 33% clothes under the tree. And my mama would give you a choice as you got older. You want 60%, toys and nonsense, and 33% academic, or you want the three-way split. But that's what we had. We had the three-way split. And it's not enough academic stuff under the tree. And I'm talking about, even when I was living with my granddaddy, I had academic stuff all the way through, because I either had camp paid for, music lessons paid for. You know, back then we didn't have the gift certificate, but you got what you needed. So, uh, last thing I said before going to break, somebody said, "Good morning, Michelle. A library card is still free. Take these babies to a library. They have amazing programming. People are not taking advantage. That's a whole other conversation. The library and everything, because of underutilization." All right, y'all, I got to take a break. I'll be right back. Right, Jackson. If you're planning to buy a home, mortgage rates may follow rate in your favor. A new report from Bryant says that rates have fallen to a 10-month low, now sitting at 6.57%. On a $447,000 home, that brings monthly payment to around $2,862. If rates were just at home, over 70%, a state mortgage would cost you more than $100 extra each month. But the good news comes with the morning. July's jobs report was weak, and unemployment ticked up across the board. The Black Americans jobless rate rose sharply from 6.8% in June to 7.2% in July. That jump follows President Trump's decision to eliminate the economic and workplace diversity programs. By contrast, white unemployment held steady at 3.7%. Rate in Jackson.
Here's your updated forecast. We'll see these spotty showers and thunderstorms possible late today. Otherwise, a light clouds and sunshine develops high in the mid 80s with the south around 5 to 10 miles per hour. When for tonight, a chance for showers and thunderstorms cloudy over near 70. By Friday, slight chance for showers and thunderstorms, plenty clouds and sunshine high around 80 degrees. Saturday, sunshine will see high 91. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on AM 860, The Voice. Join us for the 15th annual Bronze Week, a celebration of Milwaukee's rich African American culture.
Nah. Yeah, I'm not calling y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling y'all right now.
You never do.
There will be no call-ins for me.
You never do.
There will be no check-ins for me. But it's funny because usually me and Keisha travel together.
Mm-hmm.
And Keisha listen to y'all the whole time we gone. I don't never listen. I'm like, I'm not listening. I'm not listening because they're gonna be talking crazy. I already know what they do when I'm not there. And so Keisha's like, oh, they talking about you. And then I have to tune in and see what's being said.
And then there's times where we'll end up on the couch.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, y'all do that more often than not. You do. You do. But yeah, I was teasing Jermaine because I think, no, because Keisha's dad took a flight last night and I had to just double check what airline he was on because people started getting notifications that United Airlines canceled their flights yesterday. No, this wasn't about a strike. It was a tech issue. And so flights last night and flights earlier this morning, I think they said they finally got everything back under control, but they said they had technology issues that literally people were getting messages to their phones telling them that their flight had already departed. People were still in the airport in the gate area on their way to the gate, talking about the flight was gone. It was really, really crazy. So I can't remember how many flights ultimately ended up being impacted, but I know they said everything that was moving last night got shut down. A lot of stuff that was moving this morning, early morning, some of those flights were shut down as well. So it ended, here it is, nearly 1,100 flights were delayed, 35% of the carrier's scheduled flights for that day. So yeah, 157 flights canceled. The residual impact on the ground is still being felt. 70 flights scheduled for early this morning were canceled. 79 for this morning delayed. The first outage, they said, began around 6:12, 5:12 our time yesterday. And it was a hot mess. So a number of people got caught up in that. So I thought about Jermaine. I thought about, like I said, Keisha's dad, folks that were traveling on yesterday. All right. So let me pose a quick question. Oh no, before I do that, since I was talking about school and giving these young people what they need, the 17-year-old child that has died in this police chase on yesterday. He was fleeing the police, crashed into a tree. The car caught on fire. It instantly became engulfed, overwhelmed with flames, and the teenager died in this accident. Now, this happened right off of 19th and Hampton, and two Milwaukee police officers were also hurt as a result of this accident. The officers observed that the car was driving recklessly, okay? And they attempted to make a traffic stop, but the young 17-year-old didn't stop and fled, according to the police. A very short pursuit ended in the 1900 block of West Hampton Avenue. The driver was the only one in the car. There are videos. The videos are, you can feel the heat, Jesus, through the video. I hope this boy died instantly because this was a horrible way to go. The video showed the white sedan engulfed in flames near buildings as officers unsuccessfully attempted to rescue the driver. We have had a number of high-speed chases in the city, different results. We know last week a man was killed when a 22-year-old woman fled the police. And I'm just looking at people like, so was And I know in the moment you're not thinking. You scared, you're not thinking. But Jesus, when you look at that vehicle and that this boy basically was in an incinerator of fire, it's like, sweetheart, was it worth it? To the 22-year-old sister who ends up killing somebody, fleeing the police. Now it's a wrap. It's over for you. It's over for you. You know, telling some of these young kids, man, just because you can drive on a video game, don't mean you are actually and fully equipped to drive in real life. I see the folks dipping in and out of traffic, even with these bump outs and all the different safety precautions we put in. Cats running red lights like it's just nothing. It just no big deal whatsoever. It is frustrating to see that many things are still continuing. But some of this doesn't have to happen. And I'm going to go back. It may be far-fetched. I believe the more educated you are, the less likely you are to do this. And I don't mean college degree educated. I don't mean, you better than somebody educated. I mean that you understand the value of your self-worth and your life. You know that your life has potential, that there are places you can go and things that are waiting for you other than this foolishness out here in these streets, that you got purpose, you move with purpose. And so that boy is gone. But I would love to be able to go back and look at the academic record of this child. Look at, what he was involved in, how we get to this moment. And very few people who flee from the police actually get away. Like if somebody could just tell them that. Because even if you get away today, the likelihood is great you will get caught eventually. Because if you were silly enough to do that, you're going to be silly enough to do something else. It's just a matter of time. So that video for the parents of this child who have to know that this is the way your baby died. Oh my God. It's horrible. The whole thing was horrible. So I did not want to not acknowledge that. Because I know a ton of people saw the video and were extremely disturbed. All right. So let me do this since I'm kind of talking about behavior. The mass shooting on the military base down in Georgia. Now I'm gonna tell you, when I think this started breaking when I was leaving the studio yesterday. And I see this about a mass shooting down in Georgia. My son lives in Georgia. Caller, I see you. I'll be right there. In fact, let me take the caller first. Hey, caller, what's happening? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Speaker here. Okay. You touched on a couple of things. I'm going to try to remember what I wanted to say.
Okay.
That was really important what you, wasn't it? It was important, sad and depressing, the statistics you gave out. But you gave out the right thing about teaching our children to have prepared before we send them off to school. The basic words and things like that. That is on us. But you know what you did, and you don't even know you did it? Every time you referred to a kid's parent, you said the mama. Do you know why you did that?
So if I
You
did
don't.
do
Let
it,
me answer it. Let me answer it for you. You don't.
Don't
you
ask
didn't.
me a question and don't give me an opportunity.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it. Go ahead.
So number one, if I did it, I'm surprised because I'm usually more conscientious of it. But I also said mama because my conversation was started yesterday with a mother of a 4th grade student. And so when I said the mom, and I talked to the mom or the mom, so some of it might have been predicated because of the fact that I had conversations with women yesterday about their children.
And
But
I did I kind of felt that. But can I say something?
Yeah,
you didn't do nothing
ahead.
wrong.
Go
You
ahead.
didn't do anything wrong. I'm chastising or trying to. What it says is, as men, we're not doing our jobs. When it comes to our kids, even the conversation, if it's not only you, a lot of times, we're just not even mentioned. You know what I'm saying? And that's saying that us men got to step it up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate it, because and I think even as people who talk about it, we have to talk about it inclusively because number one, it is dads that's doing it, and we know not maybe at the numbers we would like to see, just because traditionally, the roles have been dad is the breadwinner, he out doing X, Y, and Z, and mom, even though she may be working, she still was the one that dealt with the school stuff. So we,
Yes.
just because of, the way we've
But Michelle, it's in basic conversation. If you at the
Right.
mall, you see a 3-year-old white kid, they'll say, "Where's his parents?" See a 3-year-old black kid walking along, "Where's his mama?" It's just.
Oh yeah, it's
And and again, you didn't do or say anything wrong. It's just it's embedded in us.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And it's sad. And secondly, I didn't even look at that with that kid in that car. But this is my spiel with that. They need some type of minimum mandatories for just, I don't care if you go 20 feet running in a car or 20 miles. It needs to be some type of minimum mandatory because they jump out the car as soon as they pull you over and run and get caught because you drive, you kill people, you still get caught. So just get caught before you do all that. In the last 2 weeks, think about this. The guy on Sherman and Fond du Lac in the bus shelter. The girl last week killed a guy on Brady Street. And now last night with this Chase stuff. And we can't blame the police. I think the minimum mandatory, but black people wouldn't want that because they locking my grandson and my son up. But something got to save us from ourselves.
The only thing I will tell you, because there was a major debate. Senator LaTanya Johnson supported mandatory minimum sentencing. At the time, Senator Lena Taylor did not support mandatory minimum sentencing. And I remembered, and legislators on both sides, and Republican, Democrats, everybody have had these conversations about what do we do? One of the things I think that I remember working in Lena's office was that the data just does not support that the mandatory minimums are a deterrent to crime. Now, what it can, guarantee is that you'll keep that person off the road for a longer period of time. But it doesn't deter the behavior of the next person. That's silly. And one of the reasons for doing mandatory minimums was hopefully that it would be a deterrent. But the data doesn't suggest that it works as a deterrent. When you're in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking about, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life, or I'm going to potentially, do something that will land me in jail for 20 years. You trying to execute whatever it is you pissed off about, or you doing stupid in that moment. So that's one thing I would encourage you to just do. You could just do some cursory Google searches on mandatory minimum sentencing and if it works or not. But that is definitely something that they talk about on a regular basis at the state capitol, because people are frustrated. What do we do to stop some of this behavior?
Well, whatever we're doing now ain't working. It's obvious. We've lost not only the people that died in these things, we lost the people who committed the crime. So we lost, we lost them too, because y'all going to jail from now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and their families are sentenced, both sides, to a minimum mandatory. Whatever we doing now ain't working. And lastly, I get off with this.
Okay.
Again, going back to what you said about teaching kids, we had a family reunion last week in St. Louis, and my nephew, he's in his 40s, and he was just telling one of their family members from another part of another state. He told him about me. He said, "Man," he said, "that's my uncle that'll take you anywhere." But he said, "Man, if he take you skating, if you almost like you're in a rolling classroom, he gonna make you learn something." He said, "Now, if it's $3 and it's half price, how much is it?" He said, "He'll go get you a piece of paper before he let you go in there. You're going to try to figure it out." And it ain't that hard. You can have fun doing that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, but that's how it happens, man. It can be organic. You can use anything.
I do that with my grandson.
So, like, how old is your grandson?
15, but they still learning. I make them do stuff. The other day, I didn't feel like going in the store and pick and save as a milk. I said, go in there, put my phone number in. When it say this, you better not pay full price for this milk. And then you went in there. They got to do it, man. Come on. And my nephew and them are successes because not because of me, partially because of me, but there's the people they were surrounded with, their support systems. And again, that takes me back to being us men. We got to be our kids' support system.
My man. All right. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Yep. I appreciate you. You said a lot. Somebody, let's see. T. Ray checked in. He said it also says that as fathers, we're not viewed as parents either. That's crazy. Just to hear somebody even say that out loud. But somebody said, I'm happy you picked up his call. So yeah, he said a lot. He said a lot. All right, fam. I gotta take a break. Am I break time or am I good? Break time. All right, let me take a break. And when I come back, I'm gonna see if I get these conversations. Tim Mahone and Dana Ward Patterson. At some point, I want to try to talk about what went on down at the military base in Georgia. Because that was a brother. Cornelius and Bradford. Sorry. Here. That shooting happened at 5. He shot. My brother did. Talk about that. Right back. This is a brother that has many talents and easy on the eyes. Love to say that. Love to say that. Tim Mahone, what's happening, man?
Good morning.
How you doing?
how you been? Where you been?
Look, you the one hiding out down there in Kenosha. I haven't seen
No,
you in forever, man.
I said you running from me. I said Kelly. Kelly, where my girl at?
Look,
She's doing the
I
same.
don't run from fine. I never run from fine. Let me
and you
be
know,
clear.
and you know, I love the sister chocolate, so we good.
Look, I was like, Tim was Idris before Idris was Idris, baby. Oh my goodness. You know, you are my guy. How is it going down there, man?
It's rocking down here. You know, it's blown up down in Kenosha.
You got to be busy though. We coming up on the Jazz Rhythm and Blues Fest. I mean, like it's getting ready to go crazy down there next weekend.
You know, the music is going to rock the waves on the Lake Michigan. Bring it on. Let's go.
So look, for folks that have never attended, and it's so crazy because the festival has been running up against every time I'm out of town. I have missed it. I want to say the last maybe I know for sure 2 years I've missed it.
You've been in trouble for a couple years.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's been crazy, but you know, I do make sure I get tickets and make sure I give them to somebody. So there are people that I have representatives down there. I just want to be clear. I do have representatives because I believe in the mission. I believe in what you're doing. But for folks that are not familiar with the Harbor Park Jazz Rhythm and Blues Festival, what should people understand about what this event is and why it was created?
Well, first of all, good to talk to you. Glad to be back on your show. It's been a minute since I've been talking to you. I'm sorry I can't be there live, but we are so excited to once again partner with you all so we can talk about how important the work that we do in Kenosha on behalf of my mom and dad. So this wonderful jazz and blues event on our lakefront was created to provide fundraising for our scholarship program. So we operate a college and career readiness program for our young kids of color, 14 to 17, to go off to college and be prepared for financial burdens, and we provide scholarships. This is our 25th year. We gave over $500,000 this past season to young kids going off to college. This event brings people from all across the region to hear some awesome international jazz music with Kurt Whalum this year and some cool-ass rhythm, groove, and blues from Chicago, right on our beautiful lakefront. So we're nestled between between Milwaukee and Chicago. Real inexpensive, quick drive, good music, great fun, right on our lakefront.
So let me do this because you alluded to your mom and dad. There is this thing called the Mary Lou and Arthur F. Mahone Foundation. Help me understand a little bit about your parents and why the family either started this foundation. I mean, were they educators? What's the background? Because I've never fully gotten the background. I knew your parents were powerhouses in the area, but help people understand why this was important to do.
As a young kid, I used to watch my mom work and navigate the community to help those who had no voice, to bring voice to those, to bring light that did not have light, affordable housing, affordable education, access to quality jobs. And she made sure that folks had access. And so when my mom passed away of breast cancer, what we wanted to do as a family to make sure her legacy would stand tall in Kenosha as an African-American woman. And my father, so she was in social services, and my father was a welder. So we grew up as a grassroots, blue-collar, middle-class family, improving the human condition here in Kenosha. So when my mom died, we said two things. How are we going to perpetuate her legacy? So the Mary Lou Mahone Middle School stands tall to perpetuate her legacy for generations to come, about her legacy, about people, accessing quality, tapping into what's best for all of us. My dad passed away as of the family. And so we raise funds and perpetuate both of their legacy because they did what's best, and God gives us talent. But our young kids don't know. And so we provide access and opportunities for our young folks so that they can be the the teachers and the lawyers and the doctors. And so our internship program provides them exposure to career opportunities. And this Jazz Fest raises funds for that opportunity and that journey. And
So this Jazz Fest has become like a destination for jazz aficionados from across the country, man. I mean, it's like one of those little, well hidden secrets. And you got a few cats that's like, y'all know what they're doing down in Kenosha, right? It is so crazy to see the growth over the years. But how have you been able to maintain? Because we see festivals come and go, particularly festivals, that have a specific demographic or a group that's trying to put them on. How hard has it been, or what's been the success formula for being able to keep this going for 25 years?
First of all, I got to thank our volunteers, right? We have a strong structure of volunteers that maintain a quality event. We focus on quality music, quality sound, quality food, and it's the experience right on our lakefront. We've never canceled but our very first one. So people come down and they hear international music, Kirk Whalum, all kinds of international artists that we have had, Norman Brown over the years, Ramsey Lewis before he passed, Huge Groove. And I think people understand that they can spend good money for a great cause on a great lake, and the music has done that. And you guys have been there to help us tell the story. Let's be honest. Milwaukee comes up and shows up in Kenosha in support of the Mahone Foundation, and that's why we come every year on your show so we can continue the partnership.
But it's a good time, and the venue is so beautiful. Every time I am in the area, I get a little jealous. I mean, we were over in we went to the Ravinia. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yes.
And so I love how the Ravinia venue is nestled, right off of a residential area, back up in the cut. And when you go in, you just like, I didn't know this was here. It is beautiful. That is the way I feel when I come to the venue that you all are putting this on. Can you talk a little bit about that area and kind of like the growth or the development of it for people that have not seen it?
This was a former manufacturing site, Kenosha with American Motors and Chrysler. So over the last 45 years, the city of Kenosha and the government got together to clean up the site and make it a destination. It's nestled right on Lake Michigan and provides housing, and now it's an entertainment spot. So throughout the year, there's a variety of festivals that people can come on our lakefront. And now it's a residential destination point. We have our markets down there. Oh, absolutely. There's condos, but it's also our market. We have our harbor market that's robust for festivals and all this, that kind of stuff. And so music brings people together. And when you're nestled on the Christine of Lake Michigan, and an opportunity here, quality music for good causes, that's what happens in Kenosha.
And
it's a quick ride from Milwaukee.
It's very not far. Inexpensive. I'm like, man, I'm gonna tell you, I had like moments of like, yeah, I could actually live down here. Never say I could live in Kenosha, but I was like, I could live down here because it's so pretty, so clean. I love the diversity of the attendees, and I've gone to other events in the area, and the diversity of the attendees, like it's just like a community feel. And people accept you as you are, drama free, folks out there for the right purpose with the right goals. It feels welcoming when you come. We eat well when we come.
You don't eat very well. You don't eat very well. But it is real diverse down here. Corporate community, the neighbors, and it's a fun community. There's a lot of good action down here. It's nestled, it's quiet. And so to be between Milwaukee and Chicago, have quick access, neighborhoods, it's inexpensive, but the quality of life here is beautiful. I mean, you can come down and hang out with us and raise money for a good cause and watch our young kids grow, come into Kenosha, hang out, come and hear good music on our lakefront. Doesn't get any better than that.
So look, your featured headliner, Kirk Whalum, Heard the interview that Keith Pierce did with the man. Keith, the straight groupie. He gonna be down there trying to get autographs, get his T-shirts.
Every year.
Keith is the. I mean, this is jam right here. Like when I tell you, living for the moment. Oh my God! I listened to that interview. I think he was the perfect person to do it though, because to hear Kirk talk about even the religious aspect of his journey in relationship to the music, knowing that he had gotten stellar awards, NAACP Image Awards, like Grammy Award nominee. This brother is gonna bring it, and I am just like mad that I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna still be out of town.
You can still change your schedule. You can
hey, bro. I wish I could.
You just helicopter in. We got a space for you, no problem. Bring that. You can get that speedboat, come from Lake Michigan, however you need to get here.
When my money get like that, you the first person on the list. You the first one, on the list. Well,
we will send it for you.
Let me ask a quick question. Do you guys still have the kids that play as well? I remember that one year.
We typically start off all of our music events with kids. Not this particular year, though.
Okay.
We couldn't get our scheduling right, but all of our events kick off with a dedication to the experience and the youthfulness and how we grow music around our kids. Right. That's really what it's all about. It's not about me. It's not about us as adults, but what legacy are we leaving behind for our young folks? So we have to put them in the moment. So the important part about that, though, is the Mahone Scholars that this event funds, they come back and contribute and volunteer to the event. So you will see a lot of the Mahone Scholarship recipients around the event, working the event, thanking the donors that are there and the fans for the great experience, but also for the opportunity to support their career path. And that's the important part.
And I'm going to tell you, it's a who's who of Wisconsin that's down in that joint too, because you can walk up and be like, I've been looking for you. Here you are.
That's right. Where you been? Right. We ain't playing down here. We ain't playing.
They try to run to the VIP section, but oh no, I see you. Lawn chairs out, people having a good time. Do y'all still do the 50-50 raffle and the wine pool?
Oh, the wine pool, the auction is all kind of good sporting events. And the Brewers, the Cubs, the Bears. I got to say both. I know we're Milwaukee in Wisconsin, but Chicago comes strong.
They do.
We got, they come strong. We got Bulls tickets and hotel stays and all kind of golf outing stays. So yeah, the auction is a big part of the fundraiser. No doubt about it. And we have over 100 bottles of wine for the audience to do the wine pool with the raffle. So that's always gone. So all kind of opportunities for people to be supportive outside of the music. But it's a really eclectic experience. You meet a lot of people, you do a lot of fun things. And so we're really excited about the weather looks good this year. We always got to talk about that.
Yeah. Because this is an outdoor event, but you guys did have the ability to take it in. Did y'all take it in last time?
I have to say that we did. We pivoted. I talk about my volunteers. We pivoted in 48 hours to an indoor location. So hopefully we don't have to worry about that this year, but we are always prepared to keep the experience live.
So look, Tim, I just want to give you some quick feedback. There are some folks that are tapping in. T. Ray said, please tell Tim T. Ray sends love, respect, and blessings. Craig Stingley is listening. He said, this effort has never been more important with what is going on in this country as an example of what we as Black folks can do together with other activities going on throughout the day. I know they had a chef demonstration. He mentioned that. So what was it, like a cooking studio or something? What was it?
At 12:45, we have this young brother from Kenosha, Billy Stewart, who will kick it off with a cooking demonstration. So it's a full kitchen, and he's doing a filet Oscar with a creamy hollandaise sauce and a side of asparagus. So you get to see this brother whip it up, and you'll get to taste the samples and all of that. So it kicks off at 12:45 with that culinary experience, right? So it's on.
So let me tell you, I had to go look it up because I was like, what the hell is a filet Oscar? I'm missing out. I pride myself on being in the know. Oh, wait a minute.
Come on down. Change your schedule.
Wait, for the folks like me that's going to act like they know but don't really know, filet Oscar. is a decadent and impressive steakhouse classic featuring tender filet mignon, topped with sweet lump crab meat, crisp asparagus spears, and a rich, creamy sauce. This at the park?
At the park. This ain't no joke.
You know what? So this for the beautiful and bougie I see.
Little bit,
It
little
is
bit,
definitely for
little
me.
bit.
Let me get on my way. It's not for Debo, not for him, not for his crowd. This ain't for your crowd, Debo.
You know, we want everybody to come and experience something different and new.
What'd you say to him? Upgrade. You
Cut it out, Tim. You may be on the blues show
You
next
too,
week or something.
you too can upgrade. You ain't getting no catfish.
Wow. Wow.
Now, we have a vendor that has catfish now. Wait a minute.
Look,
Hey, Tim, y'all don't have no crappies and bluegills?
I'm messing with Debo. Tim. Tim talking about that we messing up my money, Michelle.
Hey, we got some vendors for that catfish with Brother Debo, man. I'm always on his show too, man. How you doing this morning?
Great.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. Look, Tim talking about don't mess up my money, Michelle. That's why I talk to Keith, because you don't know how to act.
Hey, college is expensive. We need that money. Come on.
Oh, Tim, I want you to know Daryl Williams checked in. He said Tim was a tremendous help in resolving issues in Kenosha during the civil unrest when I was state emergency manager. A great brother. So
yeah, that's nothing but love. That's just love, and we all are in our movement to make things better. And I appreciate that connectedness. I really do. That's nothing but love.
Well, look, bro, I won't be there, but I know Milwaukee will represent. Thank you so much for this event. You know, it is as much a as much a community treasure as it is a fundraiser for the goals that you've identified. Hang on, Judge Taylor is checking in. She said, great tribute to his mom. The governor Milwaukee office has never been the same since he left.
Oh, my Lord.
And then Craig tapped back in. He said, what was he saying about a golf outing experience? Is that on the website? What was See, they listening. So Craig said, what's up with the golf? What's going on?
Hey, you go on the website, buy some tickets, and he can bid on the auction item. Let's go.
Oh, look, okay. Then maybe I can bid. I mean, yeah, I can do that. Since I won't be down there. Well, look, bruh, we know that the work is hard, but it clearly is a labor of love for you and the family. I know that the parents got to be proud, looking down on y'all, watching you continue the work and the legacy. And I just want to say, you know, these things are not easy to keep going, to find the funding, you know, to pull it off. Like you said, keep these volunteers engaged and happy. And people, when you come, you can tell people want to be there. You know, it's not obligatory. They want to be there. This is a good time. And so just remind people one more time, date, and where they can find tickets, and let people know how much the tickets are.
Yes, ma'am. They can come to our website at mahonefund.org. Tickets are $95 for VIP, includes a ticket, complimentary food, wine, and beer. General admission is $35 in advance, $45 at the door. Gates open at 12:45 with that 12 o'clock, filet Oscar, the cooking demonstration at 12:45. Music kicks off at 2 o'clock.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. So I just got notified that we have a pair of tickets to give away here at the radio station. So what I'm going to do is I am going to have my man Clark play me a little Kirk Whalum to let folks know what they're getting ready to, encounter, should they be the lucky winners of these tickets. So we're going to do that, give away a pair. So I want to thank you so much for making time for us this morning, Tim. Looking forward to my chance to finally get back down there, but I'll make sure my money comes your way, bro.
I appreciate you and all of our friends at the station and love for Milwaukee, Just Bill, and all the others that commented. And blessings to everybody who's in this save movement to help our young people out, our young kids of color. It's tough out there. Let's link arms and get this job done. Love y'all.
All right, let's get all right, God bless. All right, family. So I said I was going to give away a pair to the Harvard Park Jazz Blues Festival. And Mo, I guess your crowd is on here. Like blues right there on the name. So look, y'all, what we did was clear the line because there was people, the lines kept filling up. And so Dana, I know you trying to call in. We're gonna call you as soon as we get these callers out the way. But we are going to take the fifth caller. So we gonna unblock the line so y'all can start calling the fifth caller because people was calling like ASAP. So if okay, Clark, your phones is lighting up. All right, let them know. Let them know, Clark. You calling number one. Clark. Look, y'all, Clark about to just hang up on y'all. Not you, not you, not you. Keep going. Yeah, Clark looks feeling all bad. He got to tell folks. We ain't hit caller number 5 yet? All right, keep calling y'all. And we get ready to mess up one of the lines because we calling Dana. But yeah, so just so y'all know, we got Dana on hold. Okay, go ahead and take your callers. Let's see if we got caller number 5 yet. What number are we on, Clark? Clark messing y'all up. Okay, get that one, Clark. Yeah, go ahead. All right, whoever gets in now, you're going to be calling number 5. Answer the phone, Clark. What we got? We got him. Hello, caller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo-woo.
Hey, sis, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, my sister.
Look, you was tearing the phone lines up. These phones have been ringing like crazy since we said we were going to give away a pair of tickets. Congratulations. You have 2 complimentary tickets to the Harbor Park Jazz Rhythm and Blues Festival. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'll be on that dance floor dancing and doing my thing.
Have you have you been before?
No.
Okay, so you can have a good time. Wear comfortable shoes.
Okay.
You know, because you're going to be on grass, walking outside back and forth. You ain't got to go over the top. Just come prepared to chill. Have a great time. Bring your lawn chairs. You can bring your own stuff in with you, or you can, buy from food vendors. But it is a great time. You are going to have an amazing time.
Hey.
So who am I talking to real quick?
You're talking to Marzi.
Hey, Marzi. Well, I tell you what,
sister.
hang on for me. I'm going to have you get your information to Clark. He'll get your name, number, and then the tickets will be here available at the studio for you to pick up anytime after my show this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye
hang on 1 second, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So, yeah, folks, I'm not kidding you when I say it reminded me of going to the Ravinia over in Illinois. Location is called the Celebration Place. Like, just think about that. And what the city of Kenosha has done with this space is nothing short of just so cool. So sitting on that water, taking it in, the breeze, folks just out there. They out there having a good time. So I will make sure that those tickets are available for her. And then as soon as we wrap this call, we're going to get Dana World Patterson on the line, having a conversation about what is going on in the area of human trafficking. Like I said, the Jeff Epstein situation will not, it won't let me rest. It just won't. In terms of how the federal government chose to show favor in relationship to how this was handled. Let me mention a couple of quick things real quick while Clark is finishing up that call and we getting Dana on the line. I wanted to make sure I remind people that there are some back to school giveaway events since we opened up the show with that this morning. And I'm just trying to see what I did. Where is the flyer? Okay, I'm coming. Okay, I'm gonna look for those because I want to make sure you all have them because one is happening, I think, today. So let me remind people that the Village Group, the folks that is, Keon Jackson Malone's group, the Village Group, along with the partners Dream Team United Wisconsin, which is a phenomenal group here in the city, committed to helping out both domestically and across the country in terms of crisis and community. The Milwaukee Parks Foundation, HKBT, Helping Kids Better Themselves, and also JK 4K. They are having the Neighborhood Family Fellowship in honor of our brother Keon Jackson Malone. We are actually coming up on the anniversary of his passing. My birthday will never, ever be the same because I will always remember him in connection to my birthday in terms of timing. And so there's an event that is happening. There have been a committed group of people that have busted their behind to keep his vision alive in terms of serving food in this community. And so these groups are at the table and they are going to have a family fellowship event, free groceries, face painting, cookout, horse rides, community resource vendors, and so much more. But the a number of sponsors that have come to the table. This is over at Atkinson Park, 936 West Atkinson Avenue. It is running from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. There will be food and stuff there. Make sure you come out and support this event. It is in honor of our brother, Keon Jackson Malone. There is another event. Hold on. Chandra. Thank you, Chandra. I was looking for the event you had sent over. So this event is actually happening on what day? This is happening on Saturday. It is the 30th anniversary of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Back to School Festival. 3 decades, one legacy of excellence. I love that. So there is going to be a fun-filled community celebration. This is not just a book bag giveaway and school supplies. It is a whole day of fun and activity. So there will be a youth talent showcase, free food, hot dogs and hamburgers, 12 to 1, small games and large games to play, 3-on-3 basketball tournament, literacy and nail polishing station. Stop playing. I need my nails done. Cookie and cupcake decorating, face painting, balloon twisting. This is happening over at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Park, 1531 West Valete Street, Milwaukee. So if you would like a day with some family activity, some children that need backpacks and school supplies, make sure you connect and get over to the Dr. King or the King Center's back to school festival that is happening. And then I think I got one more. I know I got 2 others I got to find. Oh, there's also happening next Saturday. The good folks over at Holy Redeemer, they are having a back to school fest, Ready, Set, Learn, August 16th at 11 a.m. It's not at Holy Redeemer, though. It's over at the Institute for the Preservation of African American Arts and Music and Arts, IPAMA. The location is 3200 West Hampton Avenue. So not at the church, but down around the corner at IPAMA, 3200 West Hampton Avenue. And they will have free schools. We got Dana? Okay, we got free school supplies, book bag giveaway, dental screenings. Jesus, thank you so much. Health education, community resources, fun and games, and food. So people are doing their part to try to make sure our children have what they need to go back to school. We just need you to get them there, take advantage of these opportunities, and make sure that we sending them off in the best possible way. Do I need to take a break? Okay, so I can go straight into Dana. All right, let me get Dana World Patterson in. Hey Dana, how you doing this morning? Dana? Okay, so we'll see if we got her. Dana?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Hey, how you doing this morning?
Hey, happy summer. I am well.
Look, happy summer. I'm going to take all of that, the whole thing. Not one day, not a weekend. You gave me the whole summer. I'm with that. You know, I'm going to tell you, first of all, thank you for your patience. I know you're trying to get in, girl. People trying to win these tickets to go to, to the Harbor Park.
Whalum is something to strive for.
Oh, look, see, you know it, and you know it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it. But Dana, I am so glad that you had time for us this morning to have a conversation. I know community brainstorming, which is happening on August 23rd this month, is planning a panel discussion around violence, you know, involving women and girls. Black women and girls in particular have been impacted in disproportionate numbers in terms of some of the things that were going on. But I have been on this Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell kick for a minute. I had an opportunity to watch the documentary, and you know what? Let me do this too. Clark, can you pull up this song for me? Because I didn't know, I was doing this for a commercial that I was creating, that there are actually songs about human trafficking that artists have made. What? Oh my God, Dana, if you have not heard them, and I'm getting ready to pull up one, and I'm gonna have Clark pull it up. I'm gonna see if I can play it before we get off the air. But I definitely wanted to make you aware of it. It is great to incorporate in some of the stuff that you are doing. But a number of artists have actually made songs up about human trafficking. And, you know,
advocacy or celebrating it?
No, advocacy, okay. People saying that, you know, you are not, you know, familiar with who's impacted. You'd be surprised at where it's going on. And so I'm going to look for those and see if I can bring them up. But
you know what, Michelle, that's the beauty of what has occurred as a result of you all, 17 years ago, having that survey around, hey, did you know? And bringing us, you know, and then just the evolution of conversation and awareness, education. This is what has happened, because when we started 17 years ago, there were crickets. So now we're seeing songs being made and statewide task force and the work that is being done around Milwaukee, police officers, organizations getting involved, group homes. It's not this silent killer, although it is underground. It's not this silent killer anymore, because people are aware, and we just have to roll up our sleeves to do more.
Yeah, no, definitely. Some of the songs, one is called Run, Human Trafficking Awareness, and it's a music video. Another one, I Will Rescue You, World Day Against Human Trafficking. There's one by this guy called Help. And this artist blew me away with his song. Lady Gaga even did a song several years ago called Till It Happens to You. And it's a whole official music video attached to her song that just blew me away. But when folks think, you know, because like you said, we started this a while ago. You have been along, you know, with Martha Love and a group of people, but have been at the core of making sure that this has continued and that this information stays relevant and timely. And this is the thing, because there will be people that are like, okay, we still talking about human trafficking, like Absolutely. Is that still a thing? You know, haven't we moved past that? And then you see these high profile cases, even what you know Sean Combs was facing in terms of some of the charges that were leveled against him. So for the folks who are asking the question, aren't we done with this? What do you say to that?
Absolutely not. The average age for girls being trafficked in the United States is still 13. The Polaris received 277 calls for Wisconsin in 2024. There were 121 people that experienced domestic violence and almost 20,000 calls that went into Sojourner Family Peace Center regarding domestic violence, just violence against women. So that has been our expansion for this year. The violence against women, we're wanting to peel those layers back. So human trafficking is in there. We cannot deny that it's still going, that it's still occurring. So we have to be mindful that when a person may see an individual that is selling their body, that it may not be because they want to. It could be because of force, fraud, and coercion. We have to include that. And not only that, why men? We have to consider the appetite of what's going on. Strip clubs are still very prevalent, and we know that that's where individuals go to be groomed, to be human trafficked, that are being human trafficked. We also, and I know that that's like this, young people, old people go there to have their fried wings now, but we cannot deny what's happening on the backside of that quote unquote entertainment. But the level of individuals that are experiencing violence, the women, we have to raise our concern level. Sometimes I just turn off the news because I know it's going to be so much violence, and it has become normalized. Like, oh no, again, and then we go on about our day.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
we have to do more. I'm always thinking about, and how can I do more? So we want to raise this conversation with a variety of individuals at the table, so that, like G at the barbershop, what are men saying? What are men saying when they're in a comfortable space? Not that he's going to tell names, but that's important. Kimma Hamilton, who is at the Alma Center, working with men groups who have created violence against women. So that conversation, we're going to have Lady Camille Monk from Ephesians breaking down the beginning of when we began to see violence. And if we can see some patterns to help us to unravel what we're dealing with now. MPD is invited. We just have a plethora of individuals. Senator LaTanya Johnson, she has some things going on. We have the lady out of Racine. I believe that they've just started another task force. Just the conversations are important to have so that we can see where we can get in and fit in to do more. We have to continue to talk about this because not only that, someone knows someone. And when Lady Gaga said, until it happens to you, let's not wait until it happens to us. It's someone else's daughter. It's someone else's cousin. It's someone else's niece. I'm still getting inbox about so-and-so is missing. So-and-so is missing. Can you help me? My daughter ran away. There are so many intricate details that are affecting women that are experiencing violence, that we have to talk about it. Let's not wait until it happens to us.
So for folks that want to participate, get more information, where should they be? Tell folks when the discussion is happening and the work you guys are doing over at Community Brainstorming.
Yes, Martha Love has been hosting August and putting it aside for this human trafficking discussion. And I'm so thankful that she has expanded the conversation. August 23rd, we're going to be at St. Matthew's, same place, same comfy place Meet us at St. Matthew's at 8 o'clock for a beautiful country breakfast. And then 9 o'clock begins a discussion from 9 until 10:30. We're going to talk about it. We're going to dissect it. And not just in a way that you have information, but now what? What more can we do? Where can you fit in? So that's Saturday, August 23rd, 8 o'clock for breakfast, 9 o'clock on time. Starts the discussion until 10:30 at St. Matthew's Community Brainstorming.
Oh, that is perfect, Dana. Thank you so much. It is timely. And I'm going to just say this. Dr. Myers is listening, and she pulled my coattail, and I actually had forgot this song. But she said that probably one of the first songs dedicated to human trafficking dates back to 1978. 47 years ago. It's a song called Olivia, Lost and Turned Out by the Whispers.
Yes.
So we're going to end the show on that song this morning. But yeah, I had forgot all about that song.
And I was trying to think of the title, but you know what? That's what awareness has done. We have been singing to that song, dancing to that song, not really understanding. But now that we have the awareness around human trafficking, prostitution, the plight that most women experience, men and boys as well, but mostly women and girls, at 85%, we have to continue to talk about it. Thank you, Michelle. You're a gem. Continue to do this great work.
Nah, thank you, because you have made this a lifestyle in terms of education, and you know, directors come and go. You know, agency leads come and go. When you think about, you've been doing this as a volunteer. Like this is not paid, but you have committed a substantial portion of your life to educating our community. That can't go unrecognized and understated. You and Martha have been amazing, and the partners, the police department, and the different agencies that have come, the FBI that have come together. Look, thank you. You know, we saw the need, but y'all have answered the call. Thank you so much, Dana. It is appreciated. And I will be there. I will definitely see you guys on Saturday at Community Brainstorming.
Yay! August 23rd. See us for breakfast, 9 o'clock for the discussion. Thank you so much, Michelle.
All right. Thank you. All right, folks. That's the show for the day. I am out next week, but I will be doing my show live remotely from Martha's Vineyard. Please stay tuned or tune in, and you know, listen to that song. That does not sound like a song that's talking about human trafficking. We all know that song. Think about it. All right, y'all. Dana, I appreciate you, sis. Family, I'll talk to y'all later. Clark, Debo, appreciate you, bros. Bye. What's up, baby boy? Love you, Dana. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all next week.